Good morning, Ospreys. Today is Friday, February 3rd, 2023. It is day one for specials.
The weather today will be rainy and cool.
For lunch today, we will have cheeseburger or chicken fajitas. Now it's time for the morning meeting.
It's Friday, yay! Have an amazing weekend with your friends and family.
Today we are going to read another chapter from 8 class pets plus 1 squirrel divided by 1 dog equals chaos. Listen to the questions after we read and try to answer them yourselves. Today we are going to read about Angel the corn snake. I hope Angel doesn't get out of its cage.
Good morning, Ospreys. Happy Friday. I'm really excited to read this chapter to you, but it's kind of a tough one, so I decided to take it on. And the reason why it's tough is because the animal we're reading is a snake, and he uses a lot of S words, and so he tries to use these really, really big words. I'll break down the words that don't make sense. But before we get started, I want to review what we've been reading about. So far, Twitch has run into all the rooms and he's let out all the animals in each room. So today we're going to read about Angel, the corn snake, and he is the 5th grade corn snake. And where we left off is he let out the parrot, and so all of the animals have been going from room to room to room, and we've been hearing their perspective, and they're telling us as readers what happened the day that Twitch came into their room. So this is Angel's side of the story. Sassafras is his favorite word, and there's Angel right there. Isn't that an absolutely delicious sounding word? I simply love saying sassafras. Society has succulent syllables, and so does suspicious. The society I am in, the classroom that I am in, is in Miss Shaughnessy's 5th grade classroom. Suspicious is how outsiders sometimes react to me because I'm a snake. They say I'm sneaky and slithery and I have slimy skin. Sneaky and slithery, yes, but stroke my skin and see I am not the slightest bit slimy. I have no fangs, no venom. I am a simple orange and black and red corn snake, as long as a 5th grader is tall. Mrs. Shaughnessy's syllabus is history, so Miss Shaughnessy teaches history. Sassafras, history is such an interesting subject. Besides, an amusing thing for a snake to say, history. After classes, I'm somewhat solitary and I'm on my own. A squirrel sometimes peeks into the window, but he slinks down again as soon as he spies me. Does he know he's too substantial a mouthful? He's too big for me to eat? Only once a week I eat, mostly on frozen mice supplied by Mrs. Shaughnessy. 6 out of 7 days, I could be a safe person to all other class pets. Or safe snake to all other class pets, including the albino rat who sometimes scurries past my doorway, as though suspecting I would feast on him. It must be nice to have sensitive fingers to unfasten one small cell so the rat can get out, and he can't because he doesn't have fingers. And slink past the hall. My tongue tasted a shift in the atmosphere. They smell with their tongue, by the way. The squirrel and the rat burst into the scene one day, along with a hamster, another excellent word, a rabbit. From the hall came the sounds of a dog snarling, "Leave me alone, this has nothing to do with you," while a parrot squawked, "Ole, ole, keep away." In the classroom, the hamster saw me and squeaked, "Yikes! This is the 5th grade, where the snake lives. Snake equals danger." The squirrel tried to skedaddle and shoved the rabbit who stood betwixt him and the door. But the rabbit snapped, "The snake's locked up, but the dog isn't. You're safer in here." So the squirrel hastened for a higher ground instead. Up the window blinds he scurried, though they swayed beneath his weight and smacked against the glass. From there, it was a short distance to the long, narrow tube above the blackboard where the maps were scrolled. So there's tubes above the top where the maps they pull them down. The squirrel paced back and forth above medieval Europe and Renaissance cities. From the hallway, we caught an occasional glimpse of the dog as he sprinted from classroom to classroom, trying to escape the parrot's beak. So this is the dog running. So he doesn't quite know that they're in the 5th grade classroom yet. For some reason I could not discern, the dog was towing a fish tank on a pushcart. And from the slight distance, a sociable but slow-moving voice called down the hallway, "Hey guys, don't move so fast." In Miss Shaughnessy's classroom, the nervous hamster ran around in circles and said, "That turtle carries her shell around for her protection. Protection against dogs, protection against snakes. Could we make some sort of shell for Twitch?" The rabbit was looking at the shelves where Mrs. Shaughnessy keeps my supplies, including the large, lidless snake transport box. So it's a big box that they carry the snake in. The rabbit suggested, or a shell to cover the dog. I deciphered the rabbit's scheme, what the rabbit was thinking about doing. I myself do not like dogs who snip and snarl and sometimes eat poor harmless snakes who have no poison to protect themselves. So I said, I could help. The squirrel had misstepped and was dangling from the cord that lowers the maps. "How?" he asked. "By eating me before the dog has a chance to?" And they all said, "Ugh." "Set me free," I said. "I'll distract the dog while some of you push the snake transport box off the shelf. Timed just right, it should tip over on top of him and hold him safe from eating any of us. I would never be so discourteous to snack on schoolmates. Plus, if you remember, he only eats on Tuesdays, so he's not going to eat any of these people because he's already full." It says except perhaps on Tuesdays, because history teaches us that we are all stronger as partners. "Allies," the rat repeated, "like fish in a school. Trust," I encouraged them. The rat, fearless, steadfast rat, scurried to my enclosure and shoved that screen aside. So the rat just opened up the screen. Just then the dog ran in, still attached to his cart and snarling, "Where's that less than worthless squirrel?" The squirrel tried to scamper back up the cord, unscrolling the Renaissance city map until Florence was on the floor. The blue and gold macaw flew into the classroom and squawked, "Seen your dog on the loose, so move your caboose. Everyone to your places, pretend you're at the races." No one told the bird her meter was off. So I slithered onto the floor. Seeing me, the dog scuttled in reverse, so he was backing up away. If he could have scaled up his fish cart, I suspect he would have. He didn't notice the squirrel, the rat, and the hamster climb onto the shelf and begin shoving that snake transport carton. So remember, they're pushing it over the edge to capture the dog. So let me show you what's about to happen. The box moved closer and closer to the edge of the shelf. I hissed, posing as ferocious, causing the dog to back up closer and closer to the overhang of the shelf. The rabbit thumped her back leg, and the vibration was the last assistance that suspended the receptacle. So basically the box is falling off. Over the edge, the snake transport tipped, showering pine shavings and on all. But the fit and our timing were flawless. The box landed just so to trap the dog, but not the cart inside. "Sassafras," I said. So the box fell on the dog, but it didn't trap the cart with the fish on it. So they got the dog right underneath there. Your 2 questions today are, what type of animal is Angel? And why are the animals so afraid of the snake? I hope you enjoyed this chapter. Next week, we're going to have 2 guests to read about Galileo and Newton and their geckos in the science lab. Have a good day.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
Who does everybody listen to but nobody believe? I don't know.
A weather reporter. Yes, kids soar higher. We are safe, on task, always responsible and respectful.
Have a great day.
Great day.